Hello, good friends and my people. How have you been? We thank God for giving us yet another time to come and join together as we continue in this show. And this show is all about good vibes, it's all about good times, it's all about the beauty of life. And in this channel, we say life is still beautiful no matter what we go through. And in this channel, we have always encouraged people to love life, to always see the beauty of life, and to see the brighter side of life rather than look at the darker side of the life. And so, guys, in today's show, I want to welcome all of you. And remember, we said that we are a family. And therefore, our family eats together, our family talks together, our family sits together. And so, welcome. Let's sit together. Let's watch this and let's do this show together. And so, today, I want to bring you a show about my life experience. And this experience is not a good experience because it isn't something that I enjoyed. It isn't something that I loved. But I thought that I should bring this show so that we can discuss, or so that I can discuss this experience. Maybe you may be going through the same and you don't know. I went through a phase that was very difficult, quite a lengthy period, yet I didn't know what was ailing me, yet I didn't know what was my problem, yet I didn't know how to solve my problem. But life is still beautiful because I overcame. So today, guys, I want to talk about anxiety disorder. Anxiety is one of the issues that is affecting so many people. And anxiety affects not only the young, not only the old, not only the rich, not only the poor, but it affects people of all walks of life. It can affect young children, it can affect young boys and girls, it can affect young mothers, it can affect young fathers, it can affect old parents, it can affect old people. And so, guys, this is a thing that can really eat up on your life. It can really eat up on your mind. It can really eat up on your whole being. And so, anxiety, most of the people who go through this disorder, they don't understand what is happening in their lives. Like myself, when I went through this phase, I could not understand what the problem I had. But I felt like something was not right, something was not fine in my life, something was not okay, but I could not tell what it was. To some extent, I could not share with anybody because this is something that you cannot express yourself. You cannot explain how you're feeling. You cannot explain, like, okay, you just feel things happening in your life and you cannot tell what is going on. So I went ahead and I wanted to know what is this anxiety. And I realized that anxiety is a reaction to events that occur in life. And these events that occur in life, they are things that we cannot control, and they are things that we have no way of controlling them. They obviously happen in our lives. They obviously come in our lives. Like, you can find yourself getting worried about nothing. You can find yourself fearing about nothing. You can find yourself like you're just not happy. You feel like your feelings are just hurt. You feel like you're just down. Your moods are bad. Yet, you don't understand what is happening in your life. So anxiety is those feelings, like these are feelings I've just mentioned. Okay, I'm going to analyze some of the signs of anxiety. But what I want us to understand is that anxiety is more of worry, but anxiety is not worry. It brings tension in your life. It brings like dissatisfaction in your life. It brings like you feel you're not settled. This is something that you cannot really explain yote. You cannot explain like fully and tell what it is. But what happens is that it is characterized by tension, it is characterized by worries, it is characterized with fear, but all those are not anxiety. And therefore, let us see I want to give you some signs, simple signs that begin when anxiety disorder is mild. Simple signs that you feel, simple signs that you experience. And I experienced some of these signs, but I could not tell what was going on in my life. I could not tell why I was feeling this in my life. So people, sometimes you get worried about so many things. You can worry about your health. You can worry about the future. You can worry about, like Sahi, we are worried about our economy. You can worry about some unfinished activities that maybe you want to do. You can worry about investments. You can worry about your business. You can worry about finances. You can worry about your children. You can worry about your family. You worry about your marriage. You worry about your relationship with people. You worry about the physical you. You can worry about so many aspects of life. And through this worry, that is where now we come to get anxiety disorder. This does not affect like everybody, but most of the people who are in worry of a certain thing, they are likely to experience anxiety disorder. So when like myself, I had these issues of whenever I want to accomplish a certain event, I want to accomplish a certain activity, I want to accomplish a certain goal, I could not get settled. I could try so much to be easy, to do things in an easy way, but I could not do them. I could never get that ease in my heart. I always felt uneasy. I always felt like I'm not settled. I always felt like I have a fear. What if it doesn't happen the way I want it? What if they don't take it the way I give it? What if they don't accept my offer? What if they are not comfortable with what I'll give? What if so many what ifs in my life? And so this caused me a lot of problems in my health. And not only in my health, but even in my physical life, even in my emotional life, in my social life, I had a lot of, so many effects came, and I had a lot of problems. So guys, I want to analyze some of the basic things, the mild things that you can see in your life, and you learn that you have anxiety disorder. For example, when you have anxiety disorder, and this was one of the signs that I had, you would find yourself always like you want to close your eyes like someone who is meditating. Yani unajipata, you just want to close your eyes, like you don't want to see so many things, you don't want to see what is happening, you're just closing your eyes, and you feel very comfortable when you're closing your eyes. But it's not that you're asleep or something, not that you're even meditating, but you just feel comfortable while closing your eyes. And so this is one of the signs that I realized. I found that I always wanted to close my eyes. Even when we are having a chat with someone, I find myself zoning out. I just zone out, and I find myself closing my eyes and just shaking my head like someone who is really in deep thought, someone who is really in meditation, someone who is really like thinking about something so deeply. But in the real sense, that is not what is happening. I was in fact suffering. That is why I found myself doing the same. Sometimes some people, you find them feeling discontent, like they feel discontentment in anything they do. Like they are seated somewhere, but they cannot settle down. They cannot settle down. They feel like they're not comfortable. Like, I'm not comfortable here. I feel like, can I try that position? Can I try that place? Can I try do this? Can I try do that? You know, someone feels like you're not settled. You're not settled at all. You want to keep moving. You want to keep changing position. Also, you find yourself knocking on your knees or shaking your legs like this. You find yourself like, I don't know whether you have, when I realized that this was a disorder, now I started seeing so many signs in so many people. Even when we sit in a mat together with people, you find someone just shaking their legs so widely that they even shake the chair. If you sit in a pew in church, you find someone shaking his legs until the whole bench or the whole pew shakes. And you're like, huyu ni nini? Yeah, stop. But they cannot stop it. Okay, they want to stop it, but it is in them. They are just doing it. Okay, myself, I didn't have that problem, but I have realized that this is something that is affecting so many people. Also, there are some people who tend to peel their lips. And that was one of my greatest or the biggest sign that I saw. My lips were always dry. And after applying some oil on them, I could find them peeling. They kept peeling. And I felt like I was uncomfortable, so I would peel them with my teeth. And I kept peeling them. Every other minute, I'm peeling my lips until my lips changed the color. The color that is the normal pigmentation of the lips, ikaisha, and then I had a pinkish color on my lips because I kept peeling them like every other time. And I remember one time, my mom asked me, what is the problem with your lips? All the time, you're peeling them. You're eating up on your lips, like sutamaliza lips zako, all the time. And in fact, whenever I was peeling my lips, even if you would talk to me, I could not understand what you're saying because I was so caught up in peeling my lips. I was so much into peeling my lips that I could not even concentrate on anything else. My concentration was on my lips. And when I felt like my teeth are not reaching the deepest I want, I could hold the lip with my finger and put it inside my mouth and peel it completely until it bled. So I saw like I want to stop it, but I cannot stop it. And I was so much worried. I remember one day I went to a certain daktari and I asked him, what could be the cause of this? What could be the cause of the dryness on my lips? And he told me it's because you're peeling them so much. So you've removed the top part, the top curve of the lips. So there's no way they can stay moist. They will always be dry because the part that is remaining is an inside part of the lip. And so that inside part of the lip cannot like stand the heat outside here. It cannot stand the wetness of your saliva. It cannot stand the oil that you're applying because it's supposed to be covered by another skin, or it's supposed to be covered by another skin, all covered by another cover which you have already eaten up. And so I asked him, could there be a problem that is causing me to eat up on my lips? And he told me, there is no problem. It's only that it's a habit that you have gotten and you need to drop that habit. And I felt this was not just a habit. He really cannot understand what I mean. So peeling of the lips is another sign that one is having this disorder, that is the anxiety disorder. Also, you find yourself doing some funny things like chewing of the pens, the pen lid. You chew it. I saw some of my colleagues tukiwa kwa ofisi. They would chew their pens. Yani, they chew the pen until the lid is over, then they go to the pen. They chew until everybody could say, this is so-and-so's pen. I know she's the one who chews pens. But thank God that was not one of the signs that I had during that time when I was going through that disorder. The other thing that one gets is feeling some butterflies always in your stomach. Like you feel that thing, the anxiety is so high that you feel butterflies in your stomach. And so this is one of the things that can cause you problems health-wise, because those butterflies, they can cause you ulcers, they can cause you blood pressure, because during that time when you're feeling the butterflies in your stomach and it prolongs for quite a lengthy time, you can have them the whole day, your palpitation is very fast. You feel like your heart is beating, 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 beating like a drum inside you. I didn't have much of butterflies in my stomach, but I knew that, but anytime I almost experienced butterflies, I knew that something is not right. And so, one other thing is when you're seated in a car, ukiwa kwa gari, you see the way the speeding, as the car speeds or as the vehicle speeds. You see the way posts, trees, they keep passing, they keep passing. You tend to concentrate on the trees, on the posts, on so many things that are that you're passing by, and you want to follow them. As they pass, you want to follow them. You want to follow them. You want to follow them. Ikipita nyuma, you want to follow them. And you concentrate so much on the trees, just like the babies do. Babies do concentrate on trees and they feel like the trees are moving. Like it's the trees which are moving, not the vehicle. So you tend to concentrate on those, and you tend to like love the movement of the trees and the objects outside a speeding vehicle. Also, you find yourself counting steps. Like when you are in a house where there are tiles, you find yourself tending to step from one tile to another, one tile and another. Sometimes you even find yourself jumping and skipping and hopping, like you find yourself enjoying the activity, yet it's not that you've finished everything that you wanted to do for the day. It's not that you wanted to, you want to take your time, or you want to use your time, like it's not that you want to spend your time there, but you find yourself spending time jumping on those boxes, on the tiles. You want to like skip this one, jump on this other one, and it comes unconsciously. Unconsciously, you find yourself skipping those boxes. Also, you find yourself walking on the pathways, and you tend to be stepping on the edge and counting the blocks that I'll put as barriers on the edge of the pathways. So you also find yourself like tending to pick objects like bottle tops and removing the inner parts of the bottle top. You find yourself doing funny things like, and you feel them, you feel like they make you happy, like you feel like when you're doing them, you feel happy and you feel like you enjoy doing those things. But it's not that it is you, but there is a drive inside you that is driving you to do such things. Okay, so many of these things I didn't do them, but part of the things that one experiences, I had them. And so there is also the wetness of the hands. Someone feels wet. They have sweaty hands. The palms keep sweating. You keep sweating until you have to carry a certain a piece of cloth. You have to carry a handkerchief so that you can keep drying your hands. So one can experience sweaty hands or sweaty palms. Also, one can feel chills in the body. You feel like unakaa unasikia baridi. A cold, some chills and colds that you don't understand where they are coming from. And this was one of the things that I kept feeling. This was one of the things that I kept experiencing. At some point, I could just feel baridi tu imenijaa. I just feel like I have some chills within me. I have some fear. I don't know what I'm fearing. I just feel like I don't want to go out, and I feel like things are not fine with my body. Also, you can experience some feeling of frequent urination. You feel like you want to pass urine all the time, like you want to go for short calls every other time. You feel like you want to go and relieve yourself every other time. And when you get there, you feel like the call was not as urgy as as you felt it. And these are some of the things that commonly people experience. People experience some of these when they have mild anxiety disorder. But when you go to the advanced anxiety disorder, these experiences keep now improving. They keep going higher. They keep becoming higher and higher. So guys, when it elevates and when it takes another twist, now it shows you, or it tells you that some danger signs are on the way. And these danger signs, sometimes they are signs that now bring you fear. They are signs that now brings you like, you feel, something is not right with my life. Something is not right with my health. Something is not fine with my body. And some of these things that you experience after the mild feelings have been elevated to a higher level, number one, you can have some restlessness. You feel a lot of restlessness in your life. Like, una feel everything you do, you cannot like complete it because unafanya hii and then you skip to this other one. You start doing this and then sometimes you even forget what you had started doing. And so when you find yourself experiencing this, know that now the disorder is getting another twist and you need an attention to your body and to your health immediately. Also, you find yourself getting disorganized. A lot of disorganization in your life. Like you begin things, you don't finish them, the house is disorganized, your bedroom is disorganized, and you don't feel a thing. Like it doesn't touch you. Like it doesn't make you feel like it needs to be organized. But you find yourself becoming disorganized, you find yourself losing things, you find yourself even putting money somewhere and you cannot remember that you had that money. You just keep something somewhere and you cannot remember where you kept it. You find yourself holding onto your car key, but you cannot remember that you have it on your hand. You keep checking it in your handbag, you keep checking it in your purse, you go looking for it everywhere, yet you're holding that key. That tells you that a problem is on the way. Also, you find yourself getting irritable. And when you get irritable, this is where your relationship with people becomes jeopardized, because there is nobody who will understand you and there is nobody who will stand your behavior. You become irritable and you keep yelling and you keep shouting. You keep getting angered just by small things. And you find like, my life inakaa aji. You're just irritable. And then you find yourself getting some sleepless nights. You are just sleepless. You find like you're experiencing, in a week, you're experiencing 2 days of sleeplessness, and sometimes you even find yourself taking some medication so that you can have some sleep, at least for some few hours of the night. I have a friend that that experienced this because of that anxiety disorder. She experienced sleeplessness, and she could not sleep like for the whole week, for 2 weeks, for a whole month, for a whole 6 months, for a whole year, she could not sleep. And so she had to be given very hard medication so that she can get some sleep. And I want to tell you that if there is any illness, if there is any disease that is so like disturbing, that is so like draining, it is lack of sleep, because your body will never get rest. Your body can never get to rest. And also, you find yourself feeling fatigued. You get fatigued because, number one, you are irritable. Number two, you are sleepless. Number three, you are restless. Number four, all those things counted and put together in one basket, they bring you fatigue. So all the time you find yourself yawning, you find yourself stretching, you find yourself wanting to stand and have some comfort, wanting to walk around. You just feel tired. Not because you've worked so much, but you just find yourself tired. So the body gets fatigued, and this causes headaches. And when you're getting these headaches, they can be so severe that you cannot walk out of the house. Sometimes they can be so severe that you even find yourself puking because of that headache. And this is one of the other things that brought me an alarm in my health. It brought an alarm to me that something was bad, because I could have headaches like every weekend. I could have headaches in the course of the day. I could have headaches in the course of the week, and they were so severe that I ended up puking. I ended up like feeling dizzy. I ended up feeling like I have symptoms of fainting, and this was too much on me. And somehow I felt like something was not fine with my health. And so you can also have anxiety that now brings you, now this is anxiety that is caused by the anxiety disorder, whereby you don't like, you have fear, like you don't believe in yourself. You want to do something and you don't feel like you can accomplish that thing. You start a project, but you cannot complete that project because you're not sure about how to complete it. You're not sure that you can do it. You don't believe in yourself. So all these put together, they can bring you high blood pressure. And blood pressure is one of the things that is affecting almost everybody in this planet Earth, because we are all under pressure. There is pressure from all sides. And so we find ourselves falling in the trap of getting high blood pressure. High blood pressure is one thing that we should try as much as we can so that it does not affect our lives. Because our health with high blood pressure, it's a real issue in our health. Because this can cause you nosebleeding, it can cause you headaches, it can cause you fatigue, it can as well cause you drowsiness, it can cause you like you feel you're dizzy, like you don't want to do anything, you don't want to work. All those things, they can come with blood pressure. And blood pressure is not something that you can tell that I'm suffering blood pressure. And so the anxiety disorder can affect every aspect of your life. It can affect your physical life. It can affect your emotional life, because when you are anxious, when you are irritable, your emotional life is affected. It can affect your social life, because again, kwa social life is where you can also obtain this anxiety disorder. It can be caused by the way your social life is. If your social life is not healthy, if you are relating with people who do not care about you, if you are relating with people who always ridicule you, they always pull you down, they are never interested in your welfare, then you can be sure that that toxic relationship, if you're relating with people who do not help you out when you have issues, but they want you to help them out when they have issues, if you're relating with people who tend to behave like they are your friends, yet they are only using you, yet they are not your friends, yet they don't care about you, then that toxic relationship can cause you anxiety disorder. And so all these put together, they affect your physical, your emotional, your social, and your spiritual life, because at this point, you cannot even be able to pray. You cannot believe that God can do things for you. You want to do things for yourself. You want to work out ways to get successful. You want to work out ways to get to your to the end result. And so by doing this, you don't believe that God can do things for you. And so health-wise, you can also be affected. And therefore, guys, this is one thing that we need to run away from. How do we avoid anxiety disorder?